friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another video and welcome back to my September TBR Tarot. I cannot believe it's already September. I don't know where the year has gone, but we are coming in close to the end of the year as well as the first month of fall, and I'm very excited to share all of the books that I'm planning on reading for the month of September. So if you guys missed last month, TBR Tarot is relatively new to my channel. I decided not to bring TBR Bingo to this home because it's just a little too small for the scale of that game, so I decided to switch it up and do this for my TBR for the remainder of the time that I am here. And I also talked about in my video last month that this is not an original idea. Anybody that has done this in the past, I have linked down in the description box below in a playlist, so make sure to go check those out if you would like to see more videos like this. So before we get into this TBR for September, let's talk about how I did in August and all the books that I was supposed to read. So for the Seven of Stars, I chose When Heroes Fall by Gianna Darling, and I am currently in the middle of this one. I just started it 40 pages in, but as of right now, it's the 24th of the month, and this is definitely going to get finished before the month is over. For the Star, I chose Black Sunshine by Karina Halley, and I did read this. For the Knight of Stars, I chose The Ambrosia Throne, and I did read this. For the Two of Stars, I chose Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison, and I did read this. Then for the Wheel of Fortune, I chose Only When It's Us by Chloe Leese, and I did read this. For the Emperor, I committed to 3 books in a series, and that is the Kingmaker series, or yes, all the Kingsmen series by Kennedy Ryan. I get it wrong every time, and thankfully I did read all 3 of these. Second to last, we have The Moon, and for that I chose Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and I did read this. And finally, for The World, I chose Poking Around by Miss Emily Rath, and I did read this. So these were all of the books I was supposed to read in the month of August, and aside from the one that I'm currently in the middle of, I have definitely completed everything and will complete everything before the month is over, so no punishments for me. That does mean that technically I should get a reward, but I haven't thought of any rewards for finishing my TBR as of yet, so if you guys have any recommendations for that, please make sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I will just take a reward, a double reward for next month if I also finish next month's TBR. And just before we jump into the full TBR for the month of September, just one more rule that I'm adding to this game, and if I pull a tarot card that is from the month previous, then I will have to pull an extra card. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into my September TBR. Okay, editing came on here to say, sorry, I messed up the order of the tarot cards, so you'll see some tricky editing going on in this video, but just pretend like you didn't see it, and I promise only 2 things will be messed up during this video. My apologies. Pull number 5 out of 9. The Knight of Pentacles. Pull number 1 got us the Knight of Pentacles. That prompt is a video idea, so any book that I'm reading for a video idea, and for that I'm going to choose The Blood and Roses by Callie Hart. This is part 1. I am planning on doing a video where I read books from my Bell box and subscription box, and this definitely falls into that category. I needed extra motivation to pick up books that I've been given in those boxes, and this is the perfect idea for me, so I'm excited. I've been planning to do this for a month now and just have not been able to fit it in, so I feel like if I add a few of those into my list for this month, then I can definitely succeed in filming that video. And then as for the synopsis of this book, I have no idea. It just says, once there was a boy who lived in the dark and he liked it just fine. So I have no idea what this is. I know it is a bind up of 3 novellas, and I'm excited to get around to this one. Pull number 2. Whoa. The Wheel of Fortune. I really thought we weren't going to get any duplicate tarot cards when I added in this rule, but lo and behold, the second one we got from last month, and that is The Wheel of Fortune, and of course this is to read a sports romance. And for that I decided to go with Mile High by Liz Tomford. This is also the book club pick for the Swoonie Readers Book Club. This is our very first month of reading a book together, so I'm very, very excited that I was able to fit the book of the month on my TBR tarot for the month as well. This is a sports romance between a hockey player and the flight attendant that runs like their private jets. I've heard really good things about this. I think this might also be like secret relationship because they're not supposed to be together because there's a non-fraternization clause that happens between the jet airline company and the team, so I'm really excited to get around to this one. I will also leave the co-hosts for the Swoonie Readers Book Club down in the description box, as well as the announcement videos if you want to go check out the rest of the book club picks for the rest of the year, as well as information on when we're going to be doing our life sprints for this book and the giveaway. So, and all of that information is down below. Okay, since we got a duplicate, it is going to be pull number 3 out of 9. The Six of Pentacles. Pull number 3 out of now 9 is the Six of Pentacles, and that is to read a taboo romance, and for that I chose Dark Notes by Pam Godwin. This is a teacher-student romance, and that is definitely for me categorized as taboo, so I'm really excited to give this one a go. I've heard nothing but good things about this book and this author. I have read a novella from this author, but nothing full length just yet, but I've heard really good things. I've heard that even though it is taboo, it is absolutely fantastic, so I'm really excited to jump into this story. Hopefully I like it, but I'm also a little nervous because I've also heard that it is darker than most people are expecting going in, so I'm trying to set my expectations at a right level, but I am still really pumped for it. Pull number 4. Whoa. Temperance. Pull number 4, we got Temperance, and that is to read a tortured hero story, and for that I'm choosing The Ritual by Chantal Tessier. Definitely tortured hero. I don't know exactly how dark this is, but from what I can remember of people talking about this book, this would be categorized as a tortured hero romance. I also looked on Goodreads and I saw a whole bunch of people shelved it under tortured hero as well, so I feel like this definitely counts. That being said, I won't know until I read it, but I feel like if Goodreads says it, I'm just gonna go off of that. And if I'm wrong, then it is what it is. And if I'm wrong, I'm still gonna read this really chunky book, so cut me some slack. And like I said, I don't know too much about this. I know it's a college dark romance, but that's pretty much the extent of my knowledge, and I'm okay with that. All right, let's shuffle and do pull number 1. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna pull from right here. The High Priestess. Pull number 5 got us The High Priestess, and for that is to read a groveling hero romance, and for that I chose A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. Again, I'm using Goodreads as a source for finding out which books fall into these categories because these prompts are very, very specific, so if this is not the case, I apologize. Don't come for me. But I am really excited to get to this one. I don't really know the synopsis of this, but I do know that I've heard nothing but good things about this book and this series, and I do own the audiobook, so that was another reason for me to want to pick it up since I have both formats readily available to me. But I've heard nothing but great things about Megan Quinn, and this is definitely one that's been on my TBR for quite some time that I've been really wanting to pick up. Pull number 6. The Four of Stars. Pull number 6 is The Four of Stars, and for that is to read a Why Choose romance. For my Why Choose this month, I chose Heartless Heathens by Santana Knox. This is a special edition of this book. I got it from Steamy LitCon, and it's absolutely stunning. And literally, the extent of my knowledge of this book is that it's Why Choose. That is literally it. I know it's also very, very dark, and I've heard nothing but good things, so I'm really, really excited to give this one a go. You guys know, I'm a huge Why Choose fan, and anything that I can add to my list of Why Chooses that I love, I'm on board with. So hopefully this is definitely one that I will fall in love with. Moving on to pull number 8. That one really wanted to come out. The Two of Stars. All right, it happened again. We are now up to 10 pulls because the next pull was the Two of Stars, which did get pulled last month. And for that is to read a Friends to Lovers romance. Again, using Goodreads. So if this is wrong, I'm so sorry. But I don't want it to be because I'm so excited. I'm going to be reading The Heir by Sophie Lark, the first book in the Kingmaker series, and I am literally just so pumped. I know technically I should be reading a few books before I get to this one. I believe I have to read like Ivan or something else, but I'm not gonna. And don't come for me because I just want to live my best life and love this book. Okay? This series follows the children of the main characters in the Brutal Birthright series, and they're in like this school to become assassins or mafia people. Who knows? I don't know. I think it's a school to become like really great mafia people, which is fine by me. I just want it to be Sophie Lark. That's it. That's all I care about. I have yet to dislike a Sophie Lark book, so I'm hoping this is not the one, but I don't think it's gonna be because I've heard great things and I love, love, love these covers. All right, now we're up to 10 pulls. Pull number 8. The Fool. Alrighty, our next pull is The Fool, and for that is a second chance romance. For that, I picked up Hideaway by Penelope Douglas. I have read the first book in this series, and I do think that these would technically count as second chance romances. These ones follow characters that are known for having what they call Devil's Night, where they go around town and absolutely wreak havoc. And on one of those nights, years past, they end up getting caught and taken to jail, and now they are released from jail and they're getting revenge on the people that they thought put them in this situation. I believe this is Kai's story. I don't really know too much about this book. I believe the synopsis of this one is very, very confusing, but from what I can remember, I think all of these are kind of like second chance romances, and again, Goodreads says so I say so. So, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm excited to move on with the series. It's been a while since I read Corrupt, but I am planning on doing a reread, so hopefully I will really enjoy this one. I really enjoyed Corrupt when I read it, so crossing my fingers. Pull number 9. The 10 of Stars. Since we had to go up to 10 pulls, this is not our last pull, but the 10 of Stars was our next one, and that is to finish up a series, and for that I'm going to be reading Death by Laura Thalassa. This is the last and final book in the series, and definitely one that I've been trying to read for a while. I just haven't had a chance to pick it up, but I'm very excited to be completing another series, and this is one that I feel like Laura Thalassa has really been waiting to write. This entire series has been leading up to this book, and I know for most books that's kind of the case. You know, you want to write to the end, but this series has felt very monotonous, very similar, and this is supposed to be like the different one of all of the ones that she's written so far in this series, and I'm really excited to see how the culmination of all the story arcs are going to come into this book. So hopefully I will like it. If you guys don't know, the Four Horsemen follows the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse as they come down to Earth to wreak havoc and kill people, and it is their love stories falling in love with human women. So hopefully I like this one. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that this one is more exciting than the other two books that I've read so far in the series. Pestilence was really good, and then the other two, it's not they weren't good, it's just they were very much the same. So we'll see. And what is hopefully our last pull, pull number 10. The World. And just when I thought we were done, pull number 10, I thought it was the last one, but alas, no, we got The World, which of course was from last month, and that is to read a big book. It's not like all the other ones weren't big enough, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna read Losers Part 1, and I'm very, very excited about it. I will probably end up rereading the novella before I get back to this one, but I am very excited to read this one. This is a Why Choose romance as well, I believe, and I want to read it. I'm so excited. I believe that it's like maybe like degradation kink from what I can remember from the Dare. It's very dark, very kink-filled, and I'm very excited to read it. I've heard great things so far. One of my subscribers is a huge fan, and she's been wanting me to read it for a while, so I'm really excited to get around to this one, and hopefully I love it as much as I did the novella. All right, what is hopefully our last pull, pull number 11. The Hermit. And finally, our last pull, pull number 11, is The Hermit, and that is to read a Grumpy Sunshine romance. And for that, I'm choosing Daughter of No World by Carissa Broadbent. Again, Goodreads and a TikTok recommendation is telling me that this is Grumpy Sunshine. So again, don't come for me. Don't come for me, okay? But I am really excited to read this book. I have been meaning to jump into Carissa's work for quite some time, and I'm very excited to finally be delving into it. Again, I don't know anything about the series, but what I do know is Underneath the Dust Jacket is stunning. And that was all of the motivation that I needed in order to want to pick up the series to begin with. So yeah, you see it? Yeah, thank you. I'm very excited to read this one. I might have another book of hers on my TBR for this month. It's fine. Everything's fine, and I'm very excited about it. All right, that is my official TBR. All of the books that are on my TBR Tarot that I am technically obligated to read, and I'm going to do my very best to fulfill all of those. But I also have some other books that I have to read. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nobody freak out. All right, let's talk about it. So we have Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. I do want to reread this one before moving on to Hideaway. I talked about it already. Definitely one that I want to pick up. I also am doing a reread of the Bromance Book Club series by Alyssa K. Adams. We are moving on to book 2, so I need to read the Undercover Bromance. This one is, oh, Braden's Story. Yes, Braden. I don't remember the full synopsis of this, but I think this one is more like romantic suspense-ish. So excited to get back into that. Amanda, I will leave her channel linked in the description box below. She's hosting a book club or read along or something, I'm not sure, but they're reading Ink Blood Sister Scribe, so I wanted to join in on that. Again, I don't know the synopsis of it, but it looks stunning, so hopefully the inside matches the outside. Then I was asked to be a part of a book club, so I will leave again that information down in the description box below, but they are reading Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent. I'm so excited, and again, this is just stunning. It's stunning. So I'm really excited for this one. All I know is there's a vampire and there's gonna be slaying, or so they're supposed to be slaying. From what I can remember, she's also a seer, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited for this one. And then finally, the last book that I have on my list, oh, I lied. My second to last book on my list is The Curse of Saints by Kate Dramis. Karina and Amanda are buddy reading it, and they asked if I would like to join, so yeah, thank you. This is a fairy loot book, I'm pretty sure, and I have been wanting to read it. It looks stunning. I'm pretty sure there's fae involved, maybe, but anytime a book looks like that, I'm in. Sign me up. And then finally, the last book that I need to read, as if it wasn't already enough, is The Witch Haven. This is the Black Hat Coven book club pick for this month, and I need to read that. So again, literally no idea what it's about, but I'm going to read it. I think it's a YA witchy fantasy, so I'm down with that. Hopefully it's good, fast paced. I'm excited to read it. But yeah, that is all of the books that I'm trying to read in September. I think I went a little overboard this month, but we're gonna do our best. A lot of these are really chunky, so pray for me. Also, feel free to let me know if you've read any of the books I talked about in today's video. I would love to hear your thoughts. Also, please feel free to share with me what you're reading for the month of September, the first month of fall. What kind of fall seasonal reads are you planning on picking up this month? And then, of course, if you made it to the end and don't know what else to comment, please feel free to leave a fall emoji. I know I did this in my previous video, but it's fall, and I'm so excited. So leave any type of fall emoji, or even like a raven is pretty fall-like. Any type of spooky, ooky, fall type of emoji. I love that. All right, that is the end of this video, though. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And of course, leave any comments, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Baby, turn it down.